Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Boys and girls, my respected elders, welcome and ahlan wa sahlan to Madrasah TV show. This is a show where we bring you Madrasah right in front of your TV screens. Today, inshallah ta'ala, I am going to be teaching you some common words of Quran. We are going to learn a hadith, inshallah ta'ala, in a segment called Hadith Corner. Boys and girls, today, inshallah ta'ala, I'll be teaching you one of the most important surahs in Quran. You're going to learn how to recite the surah, and you are going to learn how to, inshallah ta'ala, spell this surah word by word correctly. I realize I've got keys in my pocket, so they were making noise, so I have to put them on the table. Boys and girls, are we excited? Are we ready? Inshallah ta'ala, you're going to be learning a lot, so make sure you grab your Quran, inshallah ta'ala, and also your notebook, and take some notes. Bunny is going to be with us throughout the show, and he is going to be making some notes, and inshallah ta'ala also come in here and there to say salam to you. Boys and girls, let's not delay this show because we've got important things to learn. So let's go straight, inshallah ta'ala, to our first segment. Grab a notebook, pen and a pencil, and let's go! Oh, we are in a masjid. Today, inshallah ta'ala, we are looking at three common words in Quran. The three words we're learning today is qaryah, walad, and rizq. Barakallahu feekum. These are the three common words that we are learning today. Qaryah, walad, and then rizq. Barakallahu feekum. You see these words very commonly in Quran. I don't want you to just to know these words. I want you to be able to use them, inshallah ta'ala, when you speak Arabic. Do you speak Arabic? Do you want to speak Arabic? Have you ever been to an Arab country? Well, then these three words, inshallah ta'ala, are going to increase your vocabulary, boys and girls. Our first word here is qaryah. Arabs might say qaryah. Qaryah wala qaryah. The word is qaryah. The pronunciation is qaryah. Qaryah is known as town or city. It's more of like a city of London. Qaryah. Now the other thing, which is village, is not qaryah, by the way. Village would be badiyah or would be other. Qaryah is not, yes, qaryah is not village. Barakallahu feekum. Is this word mentioned in Quran? Yes, it is. Before I do that, inshallah ta'ala, let's learn to write this word, boys and girls. The word qaryah. Qa, ra, ya, and then ta marbuta. The word is qaryah. The word is what? Qaryah. Qaryah. Barakallahu feekum. Qaryah. Jam'. If we have a lot of cities, the word becomes qura. As we will look at in Quran, inshallah ta'ala, qura. This is alif, this is not ya, by the way. Qura. Ha? Ra'aytu quran kathira. I saw a lot of cities. ذهبت إلى قرية. I went to one specific city. قرية, قرى. طيب, two cities, قريتين. Excuse my pronunciation, قريتين. Boys and girls, this word is used a lot of times in Quran. Let's have a look at this. وَمَا أَهْلَكْنَا مِنْ قَرْيَةٍ إِلَّا وَلَهَا كِتَابٌ مَعْلُومٌ. Did I say أعوذ بالله؟ أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وَمَا أَهْلَكْنَا مِنْ قَرْيَةٍ إِلَّا وَلَهَا كِتَابٌ مَعْلُومٌ. And we did not destroy any town or city, but that for it was a known decree. Allahu Akbar. And there are other verses in Quran similar to this one, where Allah Azza wa Jalla says, we did not destroy any town before we send a messenger, before we send a message to the people of that city and tell them the truth. And so each messenger came and he warned his people, and he explained to his people what is truth, and he kept giving da'wah until these people kept rejecting, and as a punishment, Allah Azza wa Jal destroyed that city. And we have a lot of cities mentioned in Quran that Allah Azza wa Jal destroyed because people chose to disbelieve. Boys and girls, the word is qaryah. Look at that. Ahlakna min qaryah. Yeah, there. The word is qaryah there. Barakallahu feekum. Now, the next common word in Quran here is the word walad. Walad means son. If you ever go to a country that is an Arabic country, you would hear in the evening, doesn't have to be in the evening, you would see a lot of elderly people. They would call, if they want to call someone who's young, they don't call by name, they would say, Walad, ta'al hina. Walad means son. Walad also means a boy. Son, huh? Walad, okay. So here, father would say, Hada waladi. Let's write the word, inshallah ta'ala. The word is walad. Yeah? Walad. Barakallahu feekum. It's used for son and is also used for a boy. But son is mostly used as son. Now, the other word that is used for the word son here is ibni, ibn. For example, you would see a lot Abdullah, or for example, the name of the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, Muhammad bin Abdullah, barakallahu feekum, sallallahu alayhi wasallam. What does this word mean here? This is ibn, and ibns mean son. So once again, boy is a word that you can use for boy and also for son. Anyway, walad. Arab would say, Ya waladi, ta'al hina. My son, come here. Ya awlad. Barakallahu feekum. Sons. Awlad. Okay, walad. Even in Urdu, they say olad. MashaAllah. So the word is walad. The opposite of walad is what? Oh, I'll let you guys figure that out, inshallah ta'ala. Is what? Bint. Barakallahu feekum. Now this word is mentioned in the Quran. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. When Allah says, ما كان لله أن يتخذ من ولد سبحانه إذا قضى أمرا فإنما يقول له كن فيكون. It is not befitting for Allah to take a son or to have a son. Exalted is He. When He decrees an affair, He only says to it, be, and it is. Some people, they claim that Allah have a walad, son. Allah said no, He does not have son, no wife, no father. Allah is the one. Barakallahu feekum. So, walad. Walad is what? Son. Barakallahu feekum. And as I explained it to you, the word is used in so many different ways, but you understand the word walad. Barakallahu feekum. Maybe you go to a country and everyone there speaks Arabic. They would say awlad, banat. They would say awlad. Boys go to this side, banat can go to that side. I hope you don't mix it up. Boys and girls, let's take the last segment, last word of the word today here from the common words is the word rizq. What does rizq mean? It means sustenance. Rizq. Allah Azza wa Jal, He decides your rizq, my rizq. The word is rizq. Barakallahu feekum. Rizq. And jam' rizq here is arzaq. Allah Azza wa Jal is the one who decides arzaq of everyone. Arzaq. Sustenance. Rizq. Arzaq. Barakallahu feekum. And rizq doesn't only mean food, water, money, everything. Everything. And sometimes people think rizq is water, rizq is food or is money only. When Allah Azza wa Jal, He says that He gives sons and daughters, and so, subhanallah, a good family, a good house is rizq. Rizq can encompasses everything. Barakallahu feekum. This word is very common in the Quran. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. ما أريد منهم من رزق وما أريد أن يطعمون. I seek no provision from them, nor do I need them to feed me. Aha. Here the word rizq translated as what? Provision. There's an ayah before this ayah where Allah says, وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. I only created humans and jinns for what? For worship. I do not need, I seek no provision from them. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Which means you don't have to worry about what's going to happen in 10 years and if I will get a job. You should not worry about it. You should work toward it, but you should not be concerned about it. What's going to happen to all the poor people? You should do something about it, but it shouldn't worry you, because it is Allah who decides rizq. And subhanallah, Allah Azza wa Jal is Hakeem and He is Alim, He is all wise, and Allah Azza wa Jal knows everything. And so Allah Azza wa Jal have decided certain things for certain people, and He have decided things for other people that might not please you, but it is Allah who decides who gets how much rizq. And subhanallah, it is all a test end of the day. Boys and girls, may Allah bless you. Those are the three words that we learned today. The word rizq and the word walad, and then qarya. Barakallahu feekum. I hope you enjoyed this segment. Come back after the break, inshallah ta'ala, so we can learn more. We have a hadith segment, and I'm going to teach you a tajweed in a surah. I'll see you after a short break. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back, boys and girls, to Madrasah TV show. Once again, I'm Ustaz Hamza. You're watching this show live on Eman Channel, and today I have a very important lesson for you. Boys and girls, let's have a look at what we're learning today. Inshallah ta'ala, today, after we learn some common words of Quran, I am going to teach you a beautiful hadith of the beloved Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam. Bear in mind, inshallah ta'ala, we have a tajweed lesson, and I am going to teach you how to recite a surah in Quran with tajweed. So pay attention. I'm also going to teach you some spelling. So when you open the Quran next to you, you know what you're reading and why you're reading what you're reading. Boys and girls, are we ready for the next segment? In the first segment, I taught you 3 common words of Quran. boys and girls, we learned the word rizq, which means sustenance, and we learned walad, which means son, and qarya, which means city. Let me take you to the next segment and teach you a hadith with me. Boom. Boys and girls, this is a very interesting lesson that we are going to be learning from this hadith. Look at this. This is you. And subhanallah, this is your surrounding. I'm going to talk to you about your surrounding. So, come closer, boys and girls, for a second. Pay attention. Your surrounding. There is a surrounding that concerns you. In this green surrounding that I just did for you, the green one is what? Is, for example, your family members, your friend, your local masjid, the guy who is at the shop where you buy and sell from, the cleaner who comes to clean your roads, the teacher. What happened there? The teacher, your friend, your cousins. These are all the people who are inside this green circle. Now, why is this important? Well, because these are the people who you are directly in touch with. And these people concern you. You talk to them, you deal with them every single day, or maybe every week. So they are directly influencing you, and you are concerned with them, or they concern you. I'll give you one example. This guy here who's supposed to come and collect your bin, if he stops coming, then you will realize how smelly your road can be. And so this person concerns you, right? The teacher at school. If all the teachers got together and said, we don't want to teach anymore, this is something that concerns you. So all these people who are inside the green circle here, they are important to you, and you should consider them as important, including people that you might think they're not important. For example, once in a while, you might have a plumber coming and fixing something in your house. You might think this person has no importance, I don't even care. But if this person doesn't come and fix your tap, the water is going to drop in, it's going to drop to the middle floor, and the whole house is going to be leaking, like you have seen sometimes. Subhanallah, not in real life, hopefully. Outside this green circle, boys and girls, there is a lot of red things. Where is this red thing, boys and girls? This is everyone and everything that you have nothing to do with. Everyone and everything that you have nothing to do with, but it surrounds you. For example, some random person online, people in all the way across in a different continent, people that you see on social media, and people who live far away, people that you never know, you don't see. All these people, there are a lot of them, but they do not concern you, but you know about them. And especially as you are in 2024, you know a lot about them because you see them on your screen all the time. Very interesting. If you didn't have a screen, you wouldn't know about them, but you do know. Am I saying you shouldn't care about them? No. Remember, you might be in America, you might be in India, you might be in Japan, but your Muslim brothers and sisters in Palestine, for example, you should be concerned and worried about them. Can you do something for them? Of course you can, a lot of things. Should it concern you at all times to an extent that you start worrying so much about these people here that you completely forget people around you? Should you be? The answer is no. You should be more concerned about people inside this green circle than the ones in red circle. Although you can do a lot of good, You can help and you can do a lot of good things, subhanallah, for people who are outside this green circle. Now, why am I telling you this? Because there's a beautiful hadith of the beloved Prophet ﷺ where he said, the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, say alayhi salatu wasalam, part of someone's being a good Muslim is leaving away that which does not concern him. Allahu Akbar. Part of someone's being a good Muslim is leaving tark ma la ya'ni, things that does not concern him. So if I go back to this circle, boys and girls, yes, there are people all the way, like far, far away, and their matter should concern you. But should it concern you, for example, what do people in this specific area, in this specific part of this world, what do they do for fun? Or how is the weather there? Or what's going to happen in far away, far, far? No, it shouldn't concern you all the time. It shouldn't. I remember when I used to see my dad sometimes reading something in a newspaper, I would see something very shocking. I would say, Dad, what is this? And he would say, this is fazul ki baat hai. Leave it. He would say, what? Leave it. It doesn't concern you. Or it shouldn't concern you. Subhanallah. So news, although it's a blessing, you get to know a lot about what's happening around the world, it can be very distracting. And remember the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, when you get yourself involved with people who are far away, and you should care and be concerned about them, and people who are around you, what should you consider? That, what? Do they concern you? Can you do something about them? Are you doing something about them? Allahu Akbar. And if you really want to do something about people who live far away, then you should start by caring about people who live close to you, people who you want to help, people that you can support, inshaAllah ta'ala. May Allah bless you all. There are some very important lessons that we can learn from this hadith. The reason I'm showing you these circles and I'm talking about people here, because a lot of times people will say, but why I'm interested in technology, I am interested in stars, I am interested in things that are happening under the ocean. Yes, all of that, you might be interested in them, but how are you getting all this information? You're getting them through other people, right? Humans. And so, if you are concerned about something, if you are worried about something, if you are keeping up with something that has something to do with you, mashallah, tabarakallah, that is amazing. But if you're constantly busy looking, thinking, watching, all sorts of things, but then your neighbor, they need help with something and you say, I'm busy or I don't have time, that is not what a Muslim does. Barakallahu feekum. So the lessons that we learn from this hadith, Islam encourages Muslims to leave what does not concern them. Leave it. If it doesn't concern you, leave it. But somewhere far away there was this massive cave, and then this group of people in the cave, they were getting some gold, and then this happened. How does that concern you? I thought you have homework. Whoa. I thought your mom asked you to clean your room and you said to her, I have homework and I'm busy. What happened there? Boys and girls, if we are not asked about something, do not try to involve ourselves in that matter. Very important. Someone doesn't ask you, or someone doesn't need to know, you don't have to go around and start talking to people about everything, random things. Leave what does not concern you. Showing the way to being good is part of what concerns a Muslim. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. It's important for you, as you want to become a better Muslim, that you should start leaving things alone, especially people that have no benefit to you. Maybe they're famous, maybe they're funny, maybe they're... If it doesn't concern you, you should start unfollowing. Barakallahu feek. Unsubscribing. You should start focusing more on people who you can learn from. People who can benefit you. People that you can inshallah ta'ala imitate people who you can become like. Barakallahu feekum. It's very troubling sometimes. You would speak to people and they would know random people. But when you ask them about their Prophet, when you ask them about their own relatives sometimes, when you ask them about their own teachers, they wouldn't know their second name sometimes. Barakallahu feekum. This hadith is very, very important. من حسن إسلام المرء تركه ما لا يعني. Something doesn't concern you, you leave it. You should not try to be involved, and you shouldn't try to say, what, when, how, tell me. Leave it. Boys and girls, we'll be taking a short break and we'll come back inshallah ta'ala. We are going to learn a beautiful surah from Quran, and I'm going to show you how to recite the surah with tajweed. Stay with me. We'll be back after a short break. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum, welcome back boys and girls to Madrasah TV show. Once again, this is going to be our final segment, and boys and girls, in this segment inshallah ta'ala, I am going to be teaching you Surah Al-Ikhlas. Not only I'm going to teach you this surah, I'm going to teach you how to recite this surah, and I am going to teach you inshallah ta'ala spelling of this surah. Well, let's get to the surah inshallah ta'ala, boys and girls. In the first two segments of this show, we learned some common words of Quran, and I remember teaching you how to, well, the word qarya, which means city. The second common word of Quran is walad, which means son. And then we also learn rizq, which means sustenance. In the second part of this show, the second segment in Hadith Corner, we learned how the Prophet ﷺ taught us that for a Muslim, if a Muslim wants to perfect his religion, then he should leave things that does not concern him. People that don't concern him, you should leave it. You should not be busy. Your mind should not be busy thinking about things that don't matter to you. Barakallahu feekum. And if you really want to be bothered and you want to know what matters, start looking at people around you. Start helping people around you first before you reach out to more people and help them. Barakallahu feekum. May Allah bless you all, boys and girls. Let's go to our final segment, and that is going to be a tajweed segment. Let's go.
أرجو به أن ينفع الطلاب والأجر والقبول والثواب.
Welcome. Boys and girls, today I am looking at Surah Al-Ikhlas. One of the secrets of Surah Al-Ikhlas is that if you recite this surah 3 times, you get a reward of reciting the whole Quran only if you read it 3 times. So let's learn how to recite this surah inshallah ta'ala, but let's read it 3 times first. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. That was once. Let's read it one more time. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. Well, sometimes people read this word as kufwan. Boys and girls, let's read it a 3rd time so you earn reward of reciting the entire Quran. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. Boys and girls, as we read this surah 3 times, let's go inshallah ta'ala and have a look at this surah. Let's break it down. The first ayah of this surah, قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ, I can break it down into 4 words. The first word of this surah here, قاف ضمة لام سكون. قاف ضمة لام سكون is قل. How do we read it? قاف ضمة لام سكون قل. Next word, ها ضمة هو واو فتحة وا. هو. The first word and the second word together, قل هو. We spell words separately and then we join them with other words. We don't spell words together, one word at a time. Look at the third word, Hamza Fatha Lam Shadda. This is Hamza to Wasl. Anyway, Hamza Fatha Lam Shadda Al Lam Fatha La. Al La Ha Dhammahu. Together Al Lahu. But we read it as Allahu. This is the only one of the rare words in the Quran that although we spell it as Allahu, we read it as Allahu. Okay? So it's important that you learn the spelling, but it's also important that you learn which words don't follow the spelling rules. So if I look at this word here, Hamza Fatha Lam Shadda Al Lam Fatha La Alla Hadamahu Allahu. But we don't say Allahu ever, we say Allahu, which means the word Allah does not follow the spelling rules that are commonly known. Next word, Hamza Fatha A, Ha Fatha Ha, Aha. This is the 4th word. Dal Dhammatain Dun, together Ahadun. Qul Huwa Allahu Ahadun. But wait a second. Did you ever hear someone saying Qul Huwa Allahu Ahadun? What do we say? قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ. Wait a second. What is happening here, boys and girls? Let's remove all of this. قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ. We are not reading this Hamza when we join these words together. And so, it's important that you know how each and every word is read, spelled, and then read. It's important that you know how each and every word is spelled and read separately, and then you join them together as a sentence. Next, the word is Hamza Fatha. Oh, right. It's the same word, so I'm not going to spell it again. The first word here is Allahu. Next word here is Hamza Fatha Sad Shadda As. Sad Fatha Sa. As-Sa. Mim Fatha Ma. As-Sama. Dal Dhamma Du. As-Samadu. As-Samadu. Now, let's try to read it all together, boys and girls. The word is Allahu As-Samadu. Wait a second. Allahu As-Samad. We are cancelling the Hamza and the Lam here. We are also cancelling the Dhamma on top of that. Allahu As-Samad. MashaAllah, Tabarakallah. Next word. Lam Fatha Mim Sukoon. Lam. Ya Fatha Ya. Lam Fatha Mim Sukoon. Lam. Ya Fatha Ya. Lam Kasra Dal Sukoon. Lid. Lam Yalid. Next. These two words. Wa Fatha Wa. Lam Fatha Mim Sukoon. Lam. Walam. Next. Ya Dhamma Waw Sukoon. You. Lam Fatha Dal Sukoon. Lad. You lad. Walam. You lad. Barakallahu feekum. Walam. You lad. And the last one, inshallah ta'ala. So once again, Lam Yalid. Walam Yulad. Very interesting, yeah? None of these words are meant to be read separately. They're all together. And even if you were to read them separately, they will sound the same. Lam, Yalid, Walam, Yulad. Whether you read them on their own or whether you join them. Here is the last verse, boys and girls, and I am going to break it down into 5 words. Pay attention. Word number 1. Waw Fatha Wa. Lam Fatha Mim Sukoon. Lam. Walam. Ya Fatha Ya. Kaf Dhamma Noon Sukoon. Kun. Yakun. Both words together. Walam yakun. Next, Lam Fatha La. Ha Dhamma Waw Saghira. Hu. Lahu. Walam yakun lahu. Don't worry about this sign here. I'll come back to that in a second. Kaf Dhamma Ku. Fa Dhamma Fu. Kufu. Waw Fathatain. One kufuwan. Walam yakun lahu kufuwan. Separate words. And then 5th word here is Hamza Fatha Ha Fatha Aha Dal Dhamma with the small meen Dum Ahadum. Boys and girls, wait a second. Walam yakun lahu kufuwan ahadun. Again. Walam yakun lahu kufuwan ahadun. But when we join them all together, what do we say? We say وَلَمْ يَكُنْ لَهُ كُفُوًا أَحَدٌ. What's changing? وَلَمْ يَكُنْ. Merging noon and lam together sounds like as if we're not even reading this noon. وَلَمْ يَكُنْ لَهُ كُفُوًا أَحَدٌ. It changes a lot, right? So it's important that you learn to read this surah as individual words, and you should know the spelling of each and every word. And then it's important that you know how it's read differently when we join them all together. And now, inshallah ta'ala, before I leave you, I'm going to show you how to read this entire surah together as if it is one verse. Are we ready? Boys and girls, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. I forgot to breathe. Boys and girls, this is going to be the end of our show. We'll be back inshallah ta'ala with more lessons next time. Remember, this show is live on Eman Channel every Monday to Friday at 4:30. May Allah bless you all. We'll be back tomorrow to continue, and I'll teach you more. If you learned something, inshallah ta'ala, make sure you share your notes, inshallah ta'ala, and tell your family and friends about this show. We'll be back with more lessons, inshallah ta'ala, live on Eman Channel. You're watching Madrasah TV show. I'm Ustaz Hamza. I'll see you next time. Until then, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.